My stamp set that I'm using is Tasteful Touches, and I use the flower, the leaf spray, and the "You Are So Special." I just really like that sentiment. And here's the clean and simple card. Really not, not difficult. I did do some masking, so I'll show you that with it, because I have my little mask right here. And I know a lot of people use Post-it notes for masking, but I found several years ago, it was, I think, Jennifer McGuire, who talked about repositionable, I'm getting it, removable ID labels. And I got the full sheet, the 8.5 by 11. This is really good stuff to use for masking. I love it. It's, how many were in here? It had 25 sheets in here, so that'll be around for a while. So I created a mask with that. And the good thing about it is Post-it notes get soaked so quickly. And I find that this doesn't. You can use it several times. Okay, make sure it's inked up good. All right, so I'm going to stamp my image down here, like so. And then here is my mask. And I will tell you, when you do this, you want to cut this out on the lines, and you'll see why. Because when I put this down, you're going to still see part of the image of the flower. And the reason being is, if you do that, you don't get, with Post-it notes, if you don't cut it out, I want to move this back just a little bit. You want to be able to see part of that stamp. Oh, that's got something on there didn't dry. Oh, I know. It was probably the piece underneath that I hit that wasn't dry. Then you're going to take, I got a paper off to the side, I'm making sure. And you're going to stamp your image like so. And by cutting that, good morning, Amanda, that label so close, when you take your mask off, what happens is you don't have that line. And see, my ink wasn't quite dry on this. I should have waved it a little bit, but it gets right up to the edge. So keep that in mind when you're creating a mask. Cut it on the line and then have it just inside the line, and you won't get that space. And now we need our sentiment. All right, and I'm making sure that these are inked up. Once they're inked up, we're good. All right, and I need to get this on there, and hopefully this is straight, because I'm not looking at it straight down. Woohoo! Yes, it is. All right, so there's our clean and simple card. Not bad, great, but maybe you have a little bit more time and you want to step it up. So what I did was I pulled in some other products and I created this one. And I don't have the measurements, but it is going to be a post that'll come up at 11:30. I don't know why I did it. I created them for the thing, but I didn't create my papers up here. Totally forgot. All right, but this one uses some of the Designer Series paper. It also uses some of the Ornate Garden Old Olive ribbon, and it used some of the gold glitter gems, gold glitter enamel dots, which are also part of my class next month. And what you do is your card base, and I'm going to get this one out of the way, and we'll focus on this one. Your card base is Rich Razzleberry, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right. Then you have a piece of Whisper White, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you have a piece of the Rich or the Blackberry Bliss. This is the wood grain pattern, and this one is, I think it's 3 by 5, 3.5 by 4 3/4, 3.5 by 4 3/4. I missed my papers up here. All right, let me see. I watched another video. I'm not fast enough on my flick backs, but that's what you're supposed to do. And see, that keeps it. I'm going to twist it, but that's the key. Low, pull it up, and twist. And that keeps the glue at the end, so that the next time you go to use it, it works. Now, when I put this down, I always look at it. See, this to me looks like it's right side up. This to me looks like it's upside down. So it just depends on what you like, which way you do it. But there was one piece I looked at and I was ready to put it down. I went, this is upside down, so I had to flip it around. Now you're going to take your ribbon. Oops, we were supposed to attach it to that piece. Well, we're going to modify this one. We're going to do it a little different. You can either attach it to your designer series paper, or in my case, because I messed up, I'm going to attach it to the whole panel. And I'm going to use some tear and tape to get it on there. All right, now let's see, right about there. And I cut this bigger than it needs to be, but I don't know where I'm going to put my ribbon, and I want to make sure I have enough to catch the ribbon. So I cut them longer than I need them to be. All right, there we go. Now, what I do to attach my ribbon, I know a lot of people try and do it this way and attach both ends, but I don't. I put it where I want it and I attach the one. Then I keep it facing me, pull it tight, hold this area once I get it straight, and stick it down. So many people try to wrap it to both sides and it ends up getting off, so I don't do that. I just do it this way. All right, so now we're ready to attach this to our card base. Oh, I didn't burnish it. It didn't come up very well. All right, now let's see. See, last time I did it, it didn't stay on the end. All right, there we go. Of course, then when you get it on your fingers, I'm telling you, this stuff is really sticky. All right, twist. Down, up, twist. I guess I'm going to have to say that. Down, up, twist. The other thing is I'm used to doing it this way, and you can't. It's almost like it's laying down on the paper, and to get it to run. So it is a little bit different than what you're used to. So there is a learning curve, but at least I'm figuring out all the ins and outs before you order it. All right, so we got our card base ready to go. The next thing I did was I took the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I used the third one down, and I cut out a piece from the Whisper White, and because this should have gone on, I'm going to slide it underneath. There's always a way to fix it, and I'm going to put a piece over here. I do good for a while, and then I'm not getting the angle right. I know that's the issue. There it goes. So, all right. And I just put that on the wrong side. Oh, well. Good thing we have a eraser. I'll have to get that off afterwards. All right. So, there's our card so far. Now you want to stamp your image, your flower, on scrap paper and cut it out. And remember, leave a little bit of an edge around it. And then this is going to go on with dimensionals. And I have